Hey guys, what is happening? This is your life coach Tammy Ward coming at you. Thank you so much for being here today and for watching this video. I am excited for this day because I had a epiphany and I wanted to share it with you. Oh my gosh, my hair. I feel like it's like Medusa, like all these little snakes. Anyway, you guys, I'm a life coach that deals with transformation, transition, and mindset around our habits, around our thinking, around our spiritual soul self. And I'm so happy to be here with you this morning. And once again, just to share with you some things that has helped me transform my life. So some of you that may not know me, I come from a just abused, abandoned childhood, going into, teenage adult life where just confusion and chaos always set in, diving into the military that I was in for 24 years, becoming a life coach, all those transitions in my life I was able to transform all those past experiences to today's present moment. And today's present moment came on about balancing. Now look, before we even get started, I just gonna get comfortable, right? And I want to talk to you because I have this journal that I started back in October, and it's called Life Balance, a journal of self-discovery. And every time I pick up a journal, I like the way it speaks to me, and I hope you're the same. Like, I like the way that it talks to me, like, oh yeah, I know I can be able to get something there. Like, it just hits me at the right time, at the right moment, and all that good stuff, right? And so my energy connected to this energy, and so since October, I have been writing in it on a daily. Now, I've missed a few days, I'm not gonna lie, but mostly this journal is about, it talks about how you balance your emotions. It talks about how, to balance and break away from certain things in your life. Put aside time for yourself, for self-care. So some of the questions, I'm just going to go through like some of the questions it says. It says, sometimes it has quotes, sometimes it has questions. This quote was, take care of yourself, take care of your creative health. So that day I wrote about balancing creative health and how I can come about that in my life. Other times it asks questions like, what does self-care look like to you? How can you hold on to moments of peace, joy, and confidence when you're feeling overwhelmed and off kilter? Like those type of questions, I dive into like how specifically can I balance that type of thing into my life? How can I balance peace and joy and confidence when I'm dealing with an overwhelmed experience or I'm off kilter somehow? And so listen, yeah, from October until now, like January 25th, like the end of January, beginning of February, and I just freaking realized that, and today was just seek balance, right? It was just one of those things where it just says seek balance today. Just write down whatever you want to write down. And I realized that throughout this whole time, here I am trying to seek balance on my emotions when what I really needed to do was seek balance on my thoughts. Because how we think is how we feel. And how we feel ends up being how we act. And so if I'm not balancing my thoughts, then how the hell can I balance my emotions? I mean, how many of you out there like have done this too? My hair is crazy. How many of you out there have been doing the same thing where it's just like all of a sudden you feel like you need to like force yourself or push yourself to think positive, be positive, feel better, do better, whatever it may be. And then all you really did was just change your thought about something. You change your thought about how you feel about something. You change your thought about how you perceive something. And so, my God, October, November, December, January, 4 freaking months, I was not even listening to my own coaching where it's like, balance your thoughts. And so it got me thinking like, well, shit, how do I balance my thoughts? And so I came into this idea of like, well, usually when we balance something, we either see it in front of us, have a goal, look at it, we can tell what's going on. But for here, the same thing of balancing thoughts is to be aware of your thoughts that are coming in. And to do that, I've got to be present in the fucking moment. I don't know about you, but I've got to be like on point all the time. And how exhausting is that going to be, right? If you're on point all the time. So this is my thing. I'm going to practice this for a week, and I hope you guys do too, where I'm simply just going to practice the idea of balancing my thoughts, right? Knowing they're there, and if it serves me, yeah, let's roll with it. How can I balance that thought into my life, into my emotions, into my feeling? If it doesn't serve me, then how can I balance it enough to where it doesn't come into play? Like, it doesn't come into my daily work. It doesn't come into my daily homeschooling. It doesn't come into my daily, self-care for myself. And, I don't know about you guys, but as I was going through my transition in life into my spiritual awakening, I realized that modalities, visions, they all come from what first thought would come into mind, right? So the first thought, whenever I'm going to meditate, is that to be one with the divine source, to be one with my higher self, to be one with that, just that energy that allows me to be able to just not think. I mean, crazy, right? So here I am thinking about this, so therefore I don't think, because I don't think our brain works that way. But the thing about it is I'm able to hear a thought, be aware of the thought, and then I can say during my meditation, okay, thank you, I hear you. I'm going to set you aside for right now, right? I'm going to set you aside. Thank you, let it pass through me. Thank you, let it go through me. Thank you, and no thanks, right? Because right now I'm focused on something else. And then I realized that by doing that, I'm being present in the moment. And that got me thinking about balancing work and play and life and all of that wildness. And then I realized that it's not the word procrastination that keeps me from doing things. It's the thoughts of everything else that I bring with me when I'm trying to do something. I hope that makes sense. It's one of those things where it's like, how can I sit here and make this video if I'm already thinking about, when am I going to get my workout in, or what am I going to make for dinner, or how am I going to homeschool my son today? I'm unable to be present with you here in this moment and give you my full self, my full energy, my full everything, and give you this knowledge, because I hear these thoughts in my head, I feel them, I hear them, but then I just let them dissipate because I have to balance out to not procrastinate and even making this video, right? I mean, because sometimes we do that, right? Sometimes we put off things to do. We put off breaking up with someone. We put off doing the work. We put off moving our body. We put all of it off because our thoughts are so right here from past experiences and past emotions and past feelings that we bring them. We're like, it's almost like we go, okay, here you go. Be right here with me, right? Instead of just letting them go for a second and just being present with yourself in the moment. Like, if you really had to sit down and do I don't know, maybe a spreadsheet, or maybe an email, or maybe you had to research something for your job, or whatever it may be. And if you come up with that first thought with well, okay, when am I going to have time to do that? Da, da, da. No, it's like you make that time right now. You're like, okay, I'm going to make this time right now. And you just set your thoughts into I'm going to get this done right now. Because there is something to say about all those people in the world who are always saying, hey, high level people only work 5 or 6 hours out of the day, right? And you're thinking, how the hell are you doing that? Because you got to blue, 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 blue. And maybe you're thinking, oh, it's because they have a team of people doing everything else. But I want to offer you the thought that maybe it's just because they're present in the moment with themselves, present in the moment of what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, and where it's going to go. And so think about that for yourself. Ask yourself, are you procrastinating because you are unable to be present with yourself and that task in a moment? Or ask yourself, are you bringing in all of this other baggage that prevents you from being present in the moment? And then balance those two out. Find out what you can do that will help you move forward, to just understand. So this whole thing about life balance, the journal of self-discovery, well, it took me 4 months to discover that I have to balance my thoughts. And by balancing my thoughts, we'll balance my emotions, we'll balance my to-do list, we'll balance my taskers, we'll balance myself from everyone else, you know, we take on so much of everybody's everything. We take on their words, we take on their thoughts, we take on their energy. And so when you're present with your thought and you're present with yourself in a moment, you can then pause and know that you can respond to something instead of react to something. And I think that's truly the gift that we can give ourselves that keeps us moving forward in the right direction. And boom, whoop, there it is. All right, guys, so there it is for you. And again, if you like this, if you enjoy this, if it touches you, serves you in any way, that is amazing. Subscribe, like, make a comment below. If you really like it that much, you could just share it with other people. I mean, what a beautiful gift that you can give others with the thought of balancing your thoughts, right? And again, thank you so much for being here. Until next time, keep loving, keep growing, and keep embracing life boldly.